Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're just gonna do a get ready with me. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I have this foundation that I've bought like maybe a week ago that I haven't tried yet, so I thought I would try it with you guys. For the rest of the video, I'm just gonna do my makeup, and whenever I guess I'm just gonna ramble today. For anybody who's new here, my name is Mirlaine. Welcome to my channel. And yeah, this is what we're gonna do today. So my face is actually really dry right now, so I'm just gonna moisturize with my Toleriane Sensitive Riche to start anything, before I start anything. So I've been in kind of a funk lately. That's why I mostly film get ready with me's for like just like short format videos. I'm really trying to get my life back together, but I feel like my first 2 steps of my plan is just what's taking me so long. I know everything after that would just fall into place, but the first 2 steps was just taking a longer time than I imagined. So but yeah, whatever. I'm just lacking motivation, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, I needed some kind of a change. You guys probably noticed my hair is basically jet black right now. I usually do like really dark brown or almost like black color, but I decided to go jet black because I don't know, I have so many whites which don't really bother me most of the time, but you know when you just don't feel like yourself, you just want to change. And then I was like, you know what, let me just go like super jet black, and this is what it's looking like. And also, I don't know who I am. I have a side part and my hair is straight. Like, I always have a middle part usually, and my hair is always wavy. But I was just like, you know what? Let's change that too. Yeah, whatever. That's what we're doing. For primer, I'm gonna use the face glue for today. Since I did the review, I've been loving it, honestly. I think it's really good. It doesn't really keep my oils at bay, to be honest. But I like the gripping effect, and my makeup doesn't break or anything, so I like it. And also, like, it's a nice base for my foundation. I chose the shade 330 only because it was the closest match that I could see at the drugstore from this one, which I know kind of matches me pretty well during the winter once I lose some of my tan. I don't really have a tan, but I have just a little bit of a tan. They had 332. This is 330. They had 332, which seemed like the same shade but a different undertone. And then they had 340 at my local drugstore, but I could tell it was gonna be too dark. So I was just like, you know what, let me get 330. And this is what I'm gonna try today. If it's too pale, I'm just gonna mix it with my Fenty, which I usually do anyway, so let's try this. There's a pump, which we love. Oh yeah, it's too pale. It's the one side. Yeah, it's way too pale for me right now. Let me mix it before anything, before it settles, I guess. I just tried the foundation. I had to mix it with this because the shade wasn't working at all. Maybe it's just because I'm too tan right now compared to like my winter shade, I guess. I'm gonna say this about the foundation. I don't know what it is, but you have to be careful. Like using a brush, I could see every brush stroke while I was applying the foundation. So I had to be like really careful and really staple it in. And also I feel like maybe it's a bit too drying for me right now. Maybe that's why I'm not really liking it so far. I just don't know how I feel about it. But the coverage is about, I would say like a medium. I have a lot of like dark spots, like acne, darkness on my skin right now. And it did cover it, but like it's like a medium coverage. The only reason why I feel like it's looking kind of smooth right now is because I have the Fenty on top, which I always feel makes my skin look really smooth. So that's why I think that's how I kind of saved it, but we'll go from there. So yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna let it go from now. I went ahead and did my brows off camera just because. Anyways, so let's just continue doing our makeup, I guess. What am I doing next? I'm just gonna clean up my brows using my Fit Me by Maybelline in the shade 50. So I've been watching a lot of KDramas. K-dramas. Yeah, I don't know what's up with me. By the way, they're always in rotation in my household. Like, I always watch K-dramas like here and there, but I don't know what it is lately. I just been watching it back to back to back to back, back to back to back. Like, it's been crazy for the last like what month, maybe 2 months. Like, I feel like time just flies by anyways. But yeah, I've just been watching a lot of K-dramas. By the way, I just want to put a disclaimer that to me, K-dramas is like anything in between, like romance and like revenge and like just anything really. Because I was talking to one of my sisters before, and she's like, every time I talk about K-dramas, she always thinks that I'm only watching like those like really romantic, like slow motion shows, and I'm like, no, like it's anything between like mafia to like romance. And yeah, it could be anything as long as it's Korean and it's dramatic. I'm like, it's a K-drama, right? It is. Next, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Camo blush in the shade Coral Crush. So I thought I would talk about some of them that I've been watching lately, just because I don't know what to talk about right now. And so why not? One of the first one I watched like when all of that started is The Trunk. It's a Netflix show. It came out in like 2024. It's about a woman who works in an agency where she becomes the wife until they die, or it's like a wife experiment kind of thing. So she gets married to these men and they just have a wife until like they die, either because they're sick or whatever, or because some of them just need a wife for a little bit for work, anything in between that. And it was actually a really good show. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. She ends up marrying this guy who just separated from his ex-wife because they had like a lot of like dramatic problems or whatever. I don't want to spoil anything. It's definitely spoil free right now. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. And yeah, it's basically like a marriage of convenience, and they kind of both have a dark past, and obviously like they kind of fall in love and they kind of get closer and closer together because like they live together, they have to live together and everything. It's a really good show. I really do recommend it if you don't have anything to watch. It's fairly new. Like I said, it was out in 2024, so yeah, give it a go. Next, I'm going to use my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer from NYX. I said that, in Golden Honey, to conceal my under eyes. And I think I'm going to conceal a lot because my foundation is looking kind of dark. So I just want to highlight a little bit more than usual. The next one I watched was Something in the Rain. This one is not a Netflix show, but it is on Netflix Canada. So if you're Canadian, it's on there. It's from 2018. It's a bit older, but yeah, it's about a woman. It's like 35-year-old. She's about like my age, whatever. And it's about the pressure of her being that old and not having a partner, not being married, and not having any kids. She still lives with her parents. And yeah, it talks about that. She ends up falling in love with the younger brother of her best friend, and he already loved her from a long time ago, but he had to move to the US for his job or whatever. So it's really a romance about them falling in love and all of that. I really loved it. I really love how this show really like represents shows every aspect of life. It's really emotional too. They talk about really mature subject and everything. And one thing I would say about K-dramas that I really love is that when they talk about a subject, they really like show every side of what a subject. Even if you don't agree with it, they're still gonna show it because it's just the reality of it, you know? You're not gonna agree with everything, and I really like that, you know? It's not just, oh, this is how it should be, but this is how it is, and even if you don't agree with it, it's the reality. Obviously, in the end, everything falls into place, but I'm just gonna say that at least they bring it to the table and at least they have a discussion about some of the subjects, so I like that. So yeah, I really do recommend Something in the Rain. It was really fun to watch. It was really romantic. It was really like, I kept giggling and kicking my feet. It was that type of romance. I really liked it. Yeah. So I want to say, after that I did watch Trigger, which is more like an action kind of drama. It talks about like firearms and everything, because I think from what I understood, Korea doesn't have a really strict politics about that. It's like a what if kind of show. What if all of a sudden they allowed them to have all of these devices, I guess. What would happen to the country, how much violence would come into the country and everything. It was really interesting to watch because of the way they talked about the subject, but honestly it wasn't my best. It wasn't the best show. It was kind of okay. Even the end was like okay, but one of the guys was really hot, so I was like, you know what, let me continue to watch. The suspense was really good, the action was really good, it was tense. Like the things that were happening, like it was tense, and I was like, damn. This one is a Netflix show also. It came out in 2025. Like I said, one of the guys was really hot to the point where I had to Google him because I was like, who the hell are you? So that's why after that I did watch another show which he starred in, which is called Somebody. This one is a Netflix show also, which I didn't really like all that much. It wasn't bad, it was just okay. I was just like, by the way, it came out in 2022. It is on Netflix Canada if you're interested. It's about this girl. I think she has some kind of autism. I think she has Asperger if I remember well, and she basically invented like an AI chatbot which got transform into some kind of like how do you call that, a dating app. And the guy was saying that was in Trigger, he is a serial killer who basically chooses his next victims on that app. They end up meeting and they have this like weird relationship. The whole show was kind of like really one level, like really monotone, like almost, there was a bit of suspense here and there, but it was really just okay. By the end I was like kind of ready to like end the show. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna watch to see what happens at the end, but even I was like, oh, okay. And then the end happened and I was like, okay, well, that's nice. I saw the show, let's move on now. After that I did watch My Mister. It's not a Netflix show, but it is on Netflix Canada. It's a show from 2018. It's fairly like older. This show is so good. Like, it was really good. At first I didn't think I was gonna like it because it's really like it really felt like soap opera. Not really a soap opera, but like, I don't know, nothing really happens. It's all about the conversations, and I was like, oh, am I really gonna like this? But then you sit down and really listen to what's going on and the conversations, the dialogue, everything, the acting, everything was just so good. And it's one of those shows that really makes you think, and I was just like, oh. It's really about like trust, compassion, being vulnerable, and just betrayal and making decisions. It's about this husband who has a lot on his shoulders. He's basically taking care of his whole family, and his marriage is a bit shaky. And then it's about this girl who has like she doesn't have a dark past. She's basically poor, and she's always trying to find her next like handout. She doesn't mind like blackmailing people and everything. And then she ends up having to, she basically suggests that she would blackmail the husband. Yeah, she decided that she was gonna blackmail him. It's a whole like plot to like get him fired from the job because the boss doesn't like him. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. But she ends up like having a lot of compassion for him because she understands where he's coming from and everything. So it kind of backfires on her. Anyways, I don't want to give out too many details, but it's really like a good show where you just listen and you're like, wow, it's really beautiful. I think I cried when I watched this one. Toward the end, there's one point where I cried and I was just like, oh, it's just one of those shows, like you can't really explain it, but it was just so good. It was really nice. So next, I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible bronzer in the shade Deep Tan. I have to say, like, I think I first used this in a fall asleep video. I really like it. It's really a nice powder, and it's almost like it's blurring also. It's really pigmented. You wouldn't think that this would bronze my face, but it is gonna bronze it. It's really pigmented, and also, yeah, it's blurring. Your face just looks really smooth. And I'm just like, yes, I'm here for it. It's a bit powdery though, I would say. But yeah, also what I like is that it's not reddish or anything like that. So I like that. I don't know if you guys can see. but it's really nice. After my Mister, which I really recommend if you haven't watched it, I watched When the Phone Rings, which is a Netflix show. It came out in 2024, so not too long ago. This one was good. It was really like just like a casual watch. It was like a casual watch. I can't talk. This one too is a marriage inconvenience. Basically, she gets thrown to her marriage where she's like, why am I here? She's basically taking the spot of her sister to marry this guy. She's a mute, and then she gets kidnapped, and I feel like I'm not explaining it right. Yeah, there's a lot of family secrets basically in that family. The story was good. Honestly, I must admit that the story itself was good. The story they came up with when it came to the family secrets and everything. But when it came to the romance, I was like, it was okay. It wasn't like anything like, oh my god. You know, it's a marriage of convenience. Obviously, they end up like falling in love. And at one point, she gets kidnapped by whoever is trying to like frame the husband because of the family secrets that needs to get out. And then this is basically where it starts. Yeah, like I said, it was a good story when it came to the family secret, but that's about it. It was good. It's really like a nice watch if you don't have anything to watch. After that, I watched When the Weather is Fine, which was, it's not a Netflix show. It came out in 2020. This one too was just good. It was just like a nice casual watch if like really nothing too crazy. It's about a woman who like basically left her hometown because something happened in the family, but then now she's coming back when she's like older. Apparently she did go back and forth every once in a while because her aunt lives there, so it's not like she never came back all of this time, because she's looking for an escape because her mom went to jail and she needed so her aunt basically took care of her. The story was not that great. She falls in love with like one of her high school classmates, but the thing is, the guy already loved her from the beginning. Obviously, you know how it is. But the thing is, I don't know what happened in the show. At one point, you feel like they kind of put aside their story, and because obviously they need to talk about like the drama in her family, so we know what's going on. But I was more interested in the aunt story and what happened to her than in the actual like main characters. I don't mind because the aunt story was like really good, but it's just weird because I was basically watching a show for them, and then at the end I was like, you know what, I don't really care about you guys. I want to know what happened to the aunt. So I'm just gonna use my Huda Beauty powder because I feel a bit shiny, although it's not bad, but I feel like I could be a bit more matte than this. So if I want my makeup to last for the rest of the day, it's a good watch, casual watch. It's it was good. I would recommend it if you just want something kind of, it's not light, the subject is not light, but I was just gonna say like casual. Anyways, after that I finally watched The Glory. You would think that I would have seen that show when it first came out. For some reason, I think it's because there's 16 episodes, and back then I was just like, I'm not watching 16 episodes of a show. Are you crazy? But now it's like standard, so I'm just like, yeah, give it to me. And yeah, I finally watched it. I mean, there's nothing really to say. It's about a girl who got bullied in high school, and then she comes back and wants revenge. And when I say revenge, I mean revenge. Like, she really wants revenge. It's not one of those things where like she's willing to put her life on the line for these people to get what they deserve. One thing I will say about the show, it was really good. I totally recommend it. It's very good. It's really, I love the way they talk about the subjects and everything. One thing I will say that I really love about the show is the way they talk about, not really the way they talk about it, the way they portrayed PTSD. I feel like a lot of times when I watch shows about revenge, it's like the person just goes head on, and it's like we're supposed to believe that they don't have any like kind of PTSD, and I'm just like, are you sure you're not like gonna break down any second now? But in this show, like, you really see her breaking down at some point because she's facing her bullies who made her life unbearable. So obviously, like, you're gonna have some kind of a scar when you see them. I just thought that was just so real, and I feel like some shows need to show that aspect a little bit more, because it just makes it even more realistic. It was just really good. The acting was amazing. Everything was just good. Nothing really to say. I will say that, like, just because I haven't, like, I already heard everybody talk about it, so I had high expectations. So maybe I would say that I really thought there was gonna be more mind games, but besides that, it was good. There's nothing to say. Like, highly recommend. If you didn't believe the hype, believe it and go watch it. Next, I'm just gonna take my Gone Matte palette, and I am just going to take a fluffy brush and use the shade Butter Up, and no, not Butter Up. Forget it. I'm gonna use Chase Me and Shaggy just to put in my crease, just so I have something in my crease. Yeah, I'm not really supposed to put eyeshadow because my eczema is coming back, but it's looking pretty bare right now, and I feel like I need something. After that, what did I watch? I watched When the, what is it called? That Winter the sorry, I have a list because I was like, I need to talk about this. That Winter the Wind Blows. It's not a Netflix show. It was okay. There wasn't a lot of suspense. It wasn't, the drama was good, like the family story and everything, but honestly it was pretty like, this one is from 2013, which it's pretty old. It has that like slow motion feeling when it comes to like K-drama and everything. Basically it's about a guy who like has money problems because of one of his ex, and then he ends up like meeting the sister of one of his friend. Like, he pretends to be the brother of one of, wait, what? Like, he pretends to be the brother of like this rich family because he needs money, and obviously they need to like figure out if he's really the brother or whatever. And the only reason why they don't know who he is because that brother did disappear like when they were young, so they don't know what he looks like or anything. They had no way of like knowing what he looks like, so he's trying to take advantage of it, which, spoiler alert, basically like the brother died, so they don't even know that he died and all of that, so he pretends to be him. I'm just gonna use the shade Roll Around. I'm gonna do like some kind of a small wing just because I feel like I need something right now. I need it. Yeah, obviously they fall in love, and it talks about like how far is he willing to go. Like, is he gonna continue pretending to be that brother because he's falling in love with her, you know, that type of thing. Yeah, this one was just okay. It wasn't anything special, I feel like. After that, I watched Eve, which is not a Netflix show again. This one too is about revenge. It came out in 2022. She's basically seeks revenge from the people, basically the company who killed her dad and basically ruined all of her family. This one was just good, honestly. I won't say it was really good just because she's trying to like get this family to crumble, so she ends up trying to like seduce the husband of the daughter of the boss. So she kind of gets up inside and like trying to ruin the whole family with drama and all of that. But I just couldn't follow her reasoning. I couldn't tell if she really did like him or not like him. It was just weird, especially toward the end. Yeah, that's why I was just like, it's good. Like, the whole story about the family and the revenge and all of that was good. But when it came to her, it wasn't even her acting. It was really the character. I just couldn't follow the character, like what she was thinking. I just didn't understand. So maybe it's just me, but I just couldn't understand what she wanted to do with those decisions. I just didn't understand what's going on. I think that's good. I just wanted a bit of like darkness. So I'm just gonna put some mascara next. This one is the Sky High mascara by Maybelline. You guys know I love this one. Next, I did watch a really good show. It's not for everyone though, I will admit. It's called Trolley. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix show, and it came out in 2022. This one is a political kind of show. It's a slow burn. It's a lot of what if and it's gonna show that like really makes you think, and it's like there's no right answer, but it really makes you think about dilemmas and things like that. It's about the dad who's a politician and the mom doesn't want to be in the spotlight. They have 2 kids. The firstborn is from a previous marriage, and then they have a kid together and like a daughter together. At one point, there's a tragedy in their family, and she has to be more and more into the spotlight. But also the reason why she doesn't want to be in the spotlight, because she has a really like she has really like a dark past, the woman. Like something happened to her when she was young, when she was in high school, which I don't want to get into because it's better if you like see it. Like if you watch the show. Talks about the dilemma of the trolley. It's basically like if you have 2 paths, which path would you take? Because one, you might be able to save 5 people in one path, but like the other path only has 1 person. But what if like that 1 person is actually like not a good person, is a really good person compared to like the 5 people? Then do you really want to save 5 people over 1? Yeah, it's just about making decisions. And like when it comes to like the fact, would you really rather save strangers over your family, or would your family always come first? It was really good. Like I said, it's not for everyone because it's really a slow burn, but when everything just unravels at the end, you're just like, wow. You're just like, wow. It's nothing crazy, but it's still like, I don't even know what would be the right decision, but they do make a decision in the show, so you just have to live with it and be like, well, this is what they wanted to do. But yeah, it was a really good show. It's one of these shows that like, it's really good, but I feel like nobody's talking about. So I guess maybe because it's political. I know a lot of people don't like political shows where it's like, also it's like really slow burn, so maybe that's why nobody's talking about it. But honestly, it was really good. It's one of my like top, from everything that I talked about today, it's like my top 5 easily. After that, I did watch Queen Mantis, which is on Netflix, but it's not a Netflix show. But it came out like every week. You would get like 2 episodes, and it just finished. Sorry. And it was really good. It was a really good show, full of action, full of suspense. It's basically about this serial killer who is in prison, but nobody knows that like she's still alive because she was supposed to be on death row or something like that. I don't know how it works over there. There's a few murders that occurs, and then they realize that it's basically a copycat from her murders that she did like years ago. They have to go and seek her in prison. It's not like they have to go and talk to her and get help from her. Obviously they don't want to, but because nobody even knows that she's alive. Like she's still alive. Everybody thinks that she's already dead. So when that team start talking to her, it's like them, and then everything unfolds, and her son was being taken care of by the granddad, basically, I think. She says, the only way I'm gonna help you is if my son helps me, which he is a police officer. He's a police officer, so she gets to see him and talk to him. And yeah, there's only 8 episodes. It goes by really fast, like I said, and it's really like suspense, a lot of action and everything. It's really good. And then at the end I was really surprised, and I was like, oh damn, so this is what happened. And then you think it's over, but it continues, and you're just like, oh, that happened too. You're like, yeah, it's really good. So next I'm gonna use some blush, and I'm gonna use the MAC blush in Sunbask. I don't know if this still exists, but it's a really nice shade. It's like a coral shade, and it has shimmer in it, so it gives you a bit of a highlight also, which is really nice. Yeah, after that I did finally watch My Name, which I know this one too is a popular one. Everybody's seen it except me, obviously, because I watch everything like 100 years later, like all the time. Yeah, it's really good. Like the hype was real. It was really good. I don't know why it took me so long to watch, but it did. It's really good. It's about revenge again. Basically she sees her dad getting murdered, and she wants to know who did it. So she goes into like where he used to work, which he used to be a gang member, and this guy tells him, basically the boss tells him like she's gonna help him, and then at the end it's about her seeking revenge and like unfolding and figuring out who did that to her dad. It was really good. The action was good. There's nothing much to say, honestly. The action was good. It was good. And in between all of this, I did go on Disney. They have a few, honestly, but Disney doesn't, their Korean shows are not that great. Like I watched one like years ago and I stopped watching right in the middle of it because nothing was happening, and I was just like, I don't know if I should go back to it though, but whatever. This one is called Red Swan. It was just good. It was okay good. It wasn't like that great. Honestly, it's supposed to be like some kind of you can tell they wanted to put romance in it, but they didn't like go full on. So it was just like, well, like I want to know what happens to them, you know. Basically, it's about this woman. She used to be a former golfer, and she marries into the like this big like rich family who does, I don't remember what they do honestly, and she's being targeted by death threats, and then there's this guy who investigates like the death of one of his friends who's like a brother to him, and then he basically ends up in this family, becomes the bodyguard of that woman, which I will say the tension between them, their bodyguard like thing was really hot. The guy is really hot too, but besides that, it was just like whatever. And basically they come together and they unravel like whatever, like the family secrets and who did that to his friend, and like who is threatening her. For that part it was good, but like I said, like the romance effect of it was just okay. It's a good watch, it's a casual watch, but it's also like I could take it or leave it. But just because like he was really hot in that uniform and everything, I was like, yeah, I guess. So I'm basically done with my face. I'm gonna do my lips and then I'll be done. So that's basically all I watch. I'm watching one right now, which is more like a reality TV. It's so far so good. It's really good actually. It kind of like breaks from like the TV shows. It's really funny. It's called Crime Scene Zero. Basically, it's a reality TV about like, they have like this big place where they do like scenes. It's basically 6 players and they enter like a stage crime scene, and they have to figure out who among themselves actually is the killer. They all have like their backstory. The killer is allowed to lie, all the other ones have to tell the story. But the funny thing about the whole thing is the fact that they all shady, they all did like illegal things, but you have to figure out which one is the killer. It's really funny. It's really like, it's different from what I would usually watch. I feel like I used to watch shows like this when I was younger. Yeah, it's just a fun watch. It's really good. I was really surprised, so I'm talking about it. It's not over yet. Right now I only watched the first 2 like crime scenes, which is like it's like 2 episodes per crime scene or whatever. If you want something that's just different, just a casual watch, and you want to have fun, watch it. It's a good one. I'm basically using an eyeliner right now. It's by Ramble. I don't think they do this one anymore. It's number 11 Sable. I'm pretty sure they don't because I bought another one, but it wasn't exactly the same. And then on top, I'm gonna use my Maybelline matte ink in the shade Poet. It's like this nude shade. It has a bit of a pink undertone. Actually, it's really pink. It's one of them ones I thought was gonna be more nude, but it's really pink. It's too pink. You know what? I want something softer. Let me use my BFF4. Let's do a softer brown. I'm gonna use More Blonde, the Ultimate lipstick. Just in the middle. My lips are not giving today. They're so dry. Look at this. Yeah, this is Gummy Bear in the Lift the Glosses. I really like this one. It's really nice. It's a nice shade. Just because It was looking too crusty, so I had to put the gloss over top. So yeah, this is basically it for today. This is all about my Korean shows. Anyways, I'm done with my makeup, so I'm just gonna end the video right now. Let me know if you guys want to see a part 2 of like other Korean shows that I've watched and liked, or just my thoughts on them, whatever. Also, let me know your suggestions if you guys have any suggestions for me, because I feel like my bank show is like running out right now. And let me know if you've seen some of the ones I've mentioned and what your thoughts were about them, what you guys are watching right now, and which one would you recommend. And yeah, that's about it. That's it for today. Thank you to everybody who likes, comments, and subscribe to my channel. I'll try to do a bit more long form videos. There's no promises, honestly, but I will say that I'm really enjoying myself right now. I'll see you next time, guys. Love you. Bye.